Hello, everybody. Welcome again to Off the Shelf. This is a weekly book talk where we discuss all the new and awesome additions that we have here at our library. Usually Victoria is our host, but today myself, Avian, and Robin, her co-hosts, will be doing this. And so the topic that was actually chosen for us is presidents. I feel like presidents is a really interesting topic considering we just got through, another election. So we have a new president in the White House. So let's get started. A lot of these picks were picked by Robin and my branch manager. So let's see how we can get through them. So with this one, The Butler. I've never watched this. What is it about?
It's actually a true story about a butler who had been through several presidents, and it talks about how he deals with each different president and their families. And it was just wonderful. Both the book, I read the book first, and then the movie was wonderful. He is a person of color, so you go through the changes in how minorities are treated by the White House, and it's because it starts during the civil rights era and then goes all the way through. But it's really, really, really a beautiful movie, and the book is really good too. But the movie did such a great job bringing it to life. It's well worth both reading and watching.
Oh, I hear really good things about it. So if you guys want to check that out, we do have these here in the branch. Next one, this is another pick from Robin.
This book, Anything by John Meacham, who is a phenomenal historian. He is a presidential historian. And this book, The Art of Power, Thomas Jefferson, I believe this is the one that won the Pulitzer Prize for him, but it's just fantastic. There's some things about Jefferson that bothered me, but Meacham really explains a lot of his quirks and how he held things together in the very beginnings of our country. And he had problems, and he just plowed through. He was a doer and a thinker, and at a time when education was very few people were highly educated, and he was a classical learner, Greek, Roman, things like that. And so he was really an interesting man. And John Meacham does a great job discussing the inner workings of the mind of Thomas Jefferson.
Very nice. Very cool. Move on to the next one. This is the one that both Robin and I like. It is the Michelle Obama biography, where she just talks about her life and her journey to becoming the first president or the first lady of the United States. Mm-hmm. Very wonderful book. It's very popular. It was on like Oprah's book club. It's gotten so much acclaim, and of course, because it's Michelle Obama, she is just such a wonderful, intelligent human,
and just so well written. She's just so intelligent and so warm. She's not harsh or nasty. She's very warm, very engaging. You feel actually like she's talking directly to you. And this is her autobiography. She really does a great job discussing how her and Barack were so completely different, and how they were raised completely different, and how they met. And it's just a wonderful book. I really highly recommend this one.
Definitely. Moving on. So these two are books that were actually out on our table. If you haven't been into our branch recently, we have a table towards the back of the computers that we will put books that have to do with the week's off the shelf theme. And these were two that were out there that I think would be really cool for people who just have a general interest in like the presidents. Maybe you don't particularly care about like one in specific. Some people have favorite presidents that are very outspoken about it. This is for like the people who kind of want to learn about all of them. So we've got To the Best of My Ability, The American Presidents, just a Pulitzer Prize winning book. And then Dear Mr. President, which I thought was really cool. This is a collection of letters that were sent to the Oval Office. So if you're just interested in general stuff.
Interesting letters that come to the president. Some are funny.
Okay, so it's just a collection of all letters. So
it's letters that they're now part of the National Archives. They were kept, but they were letters that were sent directed to the president. So, but there's all different kinds, and it's just very interesting what people think what do you write to the president?
Right. I've never written to the president, so it seems like an interesting book. Next is this one. So the First Conspiracy. I think this was another of your picks, Robin.
Yes, it is. This book, I had no idea what this book was when it was a patron actually here who suggested it to me. And I was like, oh, not another conspiracy book. But no, this one, Brad Metzler is a wonderful researcher, and he has written a lot of fiction. But this book is about a plot in early 1776, 75, 76, of loyalists who were planning to kill Washington and hand over the American army to the British. And it's I've never even heard this before, but it's so well written. It has all kinds of facts and everything's with it. And it makes scary sense. And luckily it did not work, obviously, because Washington was alive to become the president. But if you like a mystery that's true, this is the book you need to read. It's really easy to read. Easy. It's not boring or long and drawn out. It keeps you on edge the whole time. Even though I knew he didn't die, so it can't be. It was just so well written and so well researched.
Okay, yeah, I've never heard about this conspiracy, but now I'm interested. So
as a history person, never heard of it.
Yeah, this was not taught to me in school at all. So moving on to our picks from Hoopla and Access 360, which are our digital resources. Anything that said catalog, library catalog up on the top, those are physical items that we have here in the branch. Some of them do double dip. We'll have a physical copy and
it went back to the First Conspiracy.
Yeah, I took it back. So if it says library catalog, that's a real physical item, and then Hoopla and Access, these are digital. So on Hoopla, that is another pick from Robin, The Team of Rivals. What is this one about?
We have this book.
Yeah, so this is one of the double dipping ones.
When Lincoln became president, he was surrounded by the North and the South, all kinds of brouhaha was going on at that time. And it's how he was able to navigate. And Doris Kearns Goodwin is probably one of the finest historical researchers ever. And this book really showed, there were names of people I've never heard of before that were important people within the American government, both from the Southern perspective and the Northern perspective. And this just shows you just how everyone kind of thought he was always going to be a country bumpkin and he doesn't know anything. He just was, it shows just how brilliant Abraham Lincoln was. And Doris Kearns Goodwin is phenomenal. Her writing, any of her books, which she has many, this one is probably the best. I highly recommend this one.
Very cool. So again, yeah, this is one that we have both the physical copy that Robin has out on the desk, and we also have the digital copy. So if you can't come into the branch, you can always check it out on Hoopla. One of my picks is this one in the middle. It's called The President's Photographer, and it is actually like a short documentary type thing about one of the president's photographers and just how he photographed the presidency for 50 years. So it talks about multiple ones. So you see so many beautiful, like iconic photographs of the presidents, and they go into a little bit of backstory on how those moments were taken and who took them. And it's narrated by Morgan Freeman, so you will not be bored while you're listening to this. And then the one on the right, 20 Years in the Secret Service. So this is about actually one of the Secret Servicemen.
Secret Service.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Things you
read
didn't
it?
know about the Secret Service. And there again, this is his life through 5 different presidents from different political sides back and forth, and how with the Secret Service, your life, that is what your life is, to protect that president, regardless of whether you like them or agree with them or anything. And it's Rufus Youngblood is really, he comes out and just says it. And it's great that you don't care. He's the president of the United States. You protect him at all costs.
Yeah, so very interesting accounts.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get into those. Moving on to some of our picks from Access 360. So we have 41, A Portrait of My Father by George W. Bush. A lot of people love George W. Bush. So if you wanted to learn more about him and his family, there's that.
Well, this is actually about his father. It was written by his son, George W. Bush. And it's a portrait of his father, George H.W. Bush.
So if you want to learn more about the Bush family,
yes,
this is what you want to read.
It's a really wonderful description of a son, by the son of his father. And it was well written. We have a copy here too. You don't even have, if you can't get it on Access, we've got one here.
Here's another one that we double dip. So yeah, if you're interested in that, feel free to check that out. The next one, so a lot of people love James Patterson. James Patterson is so popular, but he and Bill Clinton teamed up to write The President is Missing, which is a novel where the president goes missing. And it's very interesting just seeing your favorite author with one of the presidents. Like, that is just such a crazy duo, honestly. So if you like James Patterson and you want to try something new,
it's a mystery.
It is a mystery. And then finally, go ahead.
No, go.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you'll have to find out what happens to the president.
Yeah, it's actually a good story.
I read it.
It's a thriller. It's a James Patterson type thriller. So if you like James Patterson, you will like this book.
Okay. And then finally, the last one is The Room Where It Happened. So this book has been on the New York Times bestseller list for weeks in a row. I don't know if it's on there right now, but it was up there for quite a while. It's a White House memoir. It is just about, internal secret White House stuff. It is a very interesting book that I was reading a lot of positive reviews on, especially on Amazon. So if you want to learn some information, it's from the National Security Advisor of the United States. If you wanted to learn some like inside intel and kind of what it's like to be at the White House when things go down, this one is for you. And clearly it's very popular for a reason.
Yeah, John Bolton had a lot of opinions. I didn't particularly like John Bolton, but the book was great. There's at times I wanted to laugh. It was like, okay, this is just, but it's really, it's a good book.
Yeah. Yeah, I know we have a copy of it here, and some of the other branches have a copy, but they've been checked out for quite a while. Every time it comes back, it goes back on hold. So Access 360, baby, your best bet to get it.
Maybe a better way to try to get it.
Yeah, because when it first came out, the hold list on it was very, very long. So it's still on there. Alrighty, so that is all we have for you guys this week. Remember, if you miss our in-person programming, we have gone virtual. You can go to Facebook and our YouTube channel to check out some of the other off-the-shelves that we've done. We have a bunch of other programming done by the librarians throughout the Corpus Christi Public Library system. So just check it out. If you want to put things on hold, you can go to the catalog or you can call us. We will be happy to assist you. Don't forget to check out your new book alerts, the author check, and the book newsletter to see what is new from your favorite authors and what we have in the branch. I know we got 2 buckets of new books in today, so those will probably be on there. And then, so this is the actual link that you can go to for the virtual programming. It's the cctexas.com/services/library/virtual programs, or you can just go to YouTube or Facebook and type in Corpus Christi Public Libraries. So yeah, that is all for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you again. Bye.
Bye.